To get your iron levels higher, then it doesn't actually have to do with consuming more iron. I know it sounds crazy and you're wondering, how does this work? I'm about to explain it to you. This is one of the biggest things that I work with my clients, and I see huge transformations from it because we're actually solving what the body is imbalanced with, and that is from iron not moving. So low iron or anemia is actually a vitamin A deficiency, and we know that from a study from 1978 with Hodges and his colleagues, where he looked at depleting people's vitamin A levels to make their hemoglobins drop. Now, what he found was that after a 6-week period of people taking iron supplements, their hemoglobins came up a little bit, but then they dropped right back down to where they were before. It gave an artificial spike because it was making the red blood cells produce at a higher rate, but it wasn't actually solving what the imbalance was in the first place. It was just adding more stress to the body. Then they gave them vitamin A in the form of retinol, and guess what? Their levels of hemoglobin went back up. There was an 80% correlation between vitamin A supplementation and their hemoglobin. So part of the issue is this narrative that we have to be consuming more iron, and it's not true. We only need 1 milligram of iron a day. And if you're wondering where I am getting that information from, you need to read this book, Exposing the Hidden Dangers of Iron. Go get it. Run, don't walk. 24 milligrams of iron is recycled in the body a day. So if you go back and you watch any of my previous videos, I talk about the fact that we need to be focusing on the movement of iron. This includes the body recycling iron, and that is huge so that iron is moving. It can actually be 10 times higher in our organs than it is in our blood. And we do not want that. We want iron to be moving through the body. We don't want it stuck, because that's when issues begin to happen. Vitamin A in the form of retinol in particular is critical for the movement of iron. I know that people who are vegan or vegetarian are going to ask me what the alternatives are, but I am just explaining how the body works, and there is no alternative from vitamin A in the form of retinol that comes from an animal source. So if you're struggling with low iron and you're trying to figure out ways to increase it, the issue is not coming down to having more supplements that have iron in them, or having prenatals or multivitamins, or adding that little fish to your water. That's not what it's all about. You actually need to focus on the iron that's already within you, because it's already there. I know it is. So vitamin A in the form of retinol we can get from a bunch of different sources. It comes, like I said, from animal sources. So if you are eating things like lard and tallow, if you are eating eggs, things like butter, especially if you're following Weston A. Price Foundation, they harp on how amazing butter is. It's really amazing. If you're looking for a supplement, that's why beef liver can be great. That's why cod liver oil can be great. If you go to my links on my page, I have a whole list of different ones that I like. I'm very particular about the ones that I like. So if you go to my links, you'll find them there. So the key to helping low iron levels is actually focusing on the movement of iron instead. Has anybody ever told you that?